transparency and accountability.
And the man tasked with making sure Conservatives were as transparent in Brussels as Britain, Giles Chichester.
I pride myself on doing the right thing, staying within the rules.
Giles Chichester has come a cropper because since 1994 he's charged £445,000 for secretarial staff working in London and Devon while he's in Brussels. The money was paid to a family company, Francis Chichester Limited, founded by his father, the famous yachtsman, which publishes navigational maps and guides. Since 2002, the directors have been Giles Chichester and his wife, Victoria. She's also been working as his secretary. He says all the money was spent properly at first, but the rules changed to ban MEPs using family firms.
It is embarrassing, not least because I have introduced a new code of guidelines for my Conservative colleagues on expenses, and here I am leading that process, which we put in place just a couple of months ago, and whoops-a-daisy, I'm shown up to have made a mistake. Okay, hands up, mea culpa, I have, and I'm putting it right.
It was, he said, his own decision. Well, maybe, but one immediately welcomed by the leader.
I'm glad that Giles Chichester has taken the right decision to resign. I said that he needed to provide an explanation to my office, and instead what he's decided to do is to resign, to give himself the time to set out in detail to the European Parliament how this money was spent.
Some have also raised concerns about the Conservative chief whip in the European Parliament. He pays money to a company run by his wife and daughter, but says, as he's not a director, there's no problem.
My wife is fully qualified on bookkeeping, accountancy, things like that. My daughter is a fully qualified secretary, and they get market rates, but they put in 2 or 3 times the number of hours. They just never stop, and I pay tribute to their hard work, and that is what it's all about. Therefore, I am totally innocent of any charges.
Many politicians who work here at the European Parliament say they do a sterling job, but they only get heard of when there's a scandal. Still, those scandals keep coming, and the European Parliament hasn't done much to tighten up its own rules. Mark Mardell, BBC News, Brussels.
Well, let's go straight to Westminster and talk to our political editor, Nick Robinson. Nick, there's been relatively swift action, but how damaging has this been now for David Cameron and his party?
Yes, it'll be a relief for the Tories that he's gone, Mr Chichester, and he's gone pretty quickly, and David Cameron's aides are suggesting that there's something to do with that. On the other hand, Mr Cameron knows that this is a time that the country is looking at him and looking at his party in a way they never have done before. Looking at him as a potential Prime Minister and his party as a potential government. And the reconnection, once again, of that word sleaze with the word Tory will be profoundly unwelcome. It was, after all, a Conservative MP that raised all the questions about the abuse